You know, I'm going to discuss something important because I've put my glasses on. Saludo a tutti, hey from Bayside, Miami, everyone. My video today will be about a very different topic from what I normally do. But first, let me set the scene, because this amazing backdrop with one of my favorite views in the world is precisely what I had in mind when I thought of filming this video. So here we are, Bayside, amazing, skyscrapers, the sky's the limit, and greenery, everything I like, basically. I really associate this view with trading for some reason, and traders. I get trading vibes with this backdrop, and cool tropical vibes everywhere as well. I'm next to the PAM, the Paris Art Museum. It's a place I love here. Well, okay, so yeah, today's video is about a different topic, namely finance. And if you watch this video, maybe you'll be able to save $1,400, because this is the amount of money I lost. I usually talk about fashion on the channel, and finance is obviously a very different topic. But actually it's linked, because when you want to purchase beautiful luxury items, well, you do have to have some money, and to have some money, you need to invest. Otherwise, inflation, especially at the moment, will eat up everything. And it all started with watching a video on YouTube about how Bitcoin can really make you rich, because it's a deflationary asset mainly. And after watching this video, something clicked. I knew I had to do something to protect the little money I had and then make more. I had an very old saving plan that yielded 3% after taxes, a ridiculous rate if you take into account that inflation is at least double digit everywhere. So I really got into finance, into the topic, and I started researching a platform where I could invest into crypto first. I took my time researching something that I wish I had done for the next things I'm going to talk about. I finally settled on CoinHouse. I'm very happy I did. I love them, but I didn't want to put everything into crypto. So I decided to allocate part of this saving plan, I'm roughly doing the math, like a fourth of it, to option trading, because I felt I needed leverage. So I did some other research. I found Links, another platform for option trading and investing in the stock market in general. I'm very happy about Links as well. So far, so good. Where things went wrong is when I bought some programs. So the first program I bought, and I'm not gonna name names in this video, that's not the point. Besides, all the programs and the people, the kind of people I'm talking about are more or less the same. The pricing of their programs is the same as well. So there's no need to defame anybody. Actually, the whole point of this video is to save you some money, save you time, save you costly mistakes, in other words, so that I feel better about my mistake in the process. When things went wrong is when I bought my first program. So it was $2,000, and it was basically about a couple of picks, stock picks every month, and they were supposed to educate you as well. When I realized I had paid that much money for the little I got from the program, the little I got, especially as compared with the free resources that this YouTuber offered, I decided to open a PayPal dispute, and fortunately it all ended well. I was refunded, no problem. Okay, I decided to move on and focus on option trading, and then with option trading, you get a lot of leverage. So I thought that was good. And it is good, actually, for small portfolios like mine. The problem is it's tricky. At first, everything seems complicated. I also thought, okay, you understand nothing about the matter, so you'd better buy something. Buy a program, another program, and this is where I found this YouTuber who flexes his non-existent muscles. I won't name him, advertising about his training on options. His free YouTube videos are actually good, but his program, the education I got from the program, from the videos, His Zoom calls were really, of no help. And I wrote a review about the program on Trustpilot. The weekly Zoom calls consisted in listening to himself, trading his big portfolio because he has a big portfolio, and that's pretty much it. So I decided to open another PayPal dispute, but this time I made the costly mistake of closing it. I was basically harassed to close it. They promised me the moon and then more, like offering private coaching, which never happened, by the way, because I closed the dispute and I lost my money. They offered me some one-on-one coaching with him, which never happened. One-on-one coaching basically boils down to being able to send him some messages. And when I started my month of what was supposed to be one-on-one coaching, he barely answered my texts and he asked me some more money. It was very, very incoherent within his team. You're promised things that you never get. So I unfortunately, again, closed this dispute and lost my money. So that serves me right. One big thing that should have alerted me that for some reason I decided to ignore is how these programs operate, because they do all have something in common. They require you to get on a call with one of their quote-unquote advisors, who in reality is more like a high-pressure salesperson. I stop here for a moment so that you can take in this amazing view. So yeah, during the call, you're supposed to sign up immediately on the spot. And this is another major red flag I chose to ignore. They push you to subscribe to the program right away, usually making it feel like an amazing opportunity you don't want to miss, with an exclusive discount, of course. And by the way, I realized that the second program I subscribed to, I think they're like offering different prices to basically everyone. That's besides the point here. Especially for small portfolios, again, putting $2,000 or even $1,400 is a big deal. It's some money you won't get the chance to invest in the market, so it's lost. I would advise not doing that, not signing on the spot, taking your time. Again, for small portfolios, this decision can have a major negative impact too. So if they don't even let you think about it, don't sign up. It's probably a scam, or at the very least something that's not so valuable, that's not worth your money. For the first program, fortunately, no consequences. For the second one, I lost $1,400. I don't attend the Zoom calls anymore. I don't even look at his plays, at his options, because they're targeting big portfolios, as I told you, and they don't apply to my goals or, to the amount of money I want to put and I'm able to put in the markets. So here's what I learned. Here's some tips I've learned and how you can avoid losing money. First, always read reviews about these programs on Trustpilot and read them properly. That is, start by reading the 1-star reviews. Even if the program is highly rated, I don't care. Start by reading the 1-star reviews. And I wrote one myself about the second program, which is very detailed, and reasonably, when people take the time to write some lengthy reviews, you can safely assume that they're worth reading. That's all I say. I wrote a 1-star review, which I almost never do because I don't want to be negative in life. As I said, I'm not even naming people because I don't want to defame anybody. I just want to save you money. And if I can save just one of you money and falling into this kind of traps, I will be more than happy. So yeah, read these reviews first, especially if the review is really detailed. Il n'y a pas de fumée sans feu. Another thing I would advise is start with free resources first. You can get a lot of interesting books. If you're subscribed to Kindle, for instance, for $9.95, you get unlimited access to a number of books from a selection. And I read Fred McAllen books, which are brilliant, about technical analysis, because you will need to grasp at least the basic concepts of technical analysis before you can actually place some safer option plays. So what I did is I read his books and then reread them and reread them again and again. So this is one free resource, technically, because you don't even have to buy the book. And there are also so many good YouTube videos that can teach you the basics. Like I said, besides free ebooks, you have really genuinely good YouTubers, which means that you don't have to spend extra money, which means that you don't need to drop hundreds or even thousands on expensive courses right away. Free resources first, and again, reread the same books. Since then, I've now invested into 2 more books about technical analysis. One is by Murphy, and another one I bought the Kindle version because it was less expensive, and I read some pages on the plane. But yeah, read and reread again, and it will eventually click, I can tell you. Which brings me to my next point: be patient with yourself. At first, everything will look like nothing makes sense. Technical words you need to master, you're lost. I can guarantee that if you take the time, if you're patient with yourself, it will click. Again, without you having to buy very expensive programs and without you losing money. The goal is to be patient with yourself so that you can become self-sufficient and you don't depend on some trading guru who's only interested in selling you a dream. And last but not least, be careful with trading communities. So don't get me wrong here. Some YouTubers are genuinely great and they can offer you and teach you a lot, but this doesn't mean you have to join their Discord communities or buy into their expensive programs, like at all. You don't need them. And actually, I wish they were more open about it, because I watch a number of them and there's just one of them mentioning that, yes, actually, and this is the problem, his YouTube videos are there to entice you and urge you to buy his program. So he's very open about it and his trades make sense. I've actually, so again, as I'm not naming the quote-unquote bad ones, I'm not gonna name the good ones, but yeah, you can find some decent information and advice in YouTube videos, and some YouTubers are really worth listening to. So yeah, that's my journey so far. I've made some mistakes, but I've learned a lot too, and all I can say is take your time, educate yourself, and be skeptical about anything that sounds too good to be true. And most importantly, don't rush into any expensive program thinking they'll give you a shortcut, because they won't. I really hope this helps someone out there. Let me know in the comments if you've had a similar experience or if you have any tips to share. And if this video saved you even $1, please like it, subscribe, and share it. See you in the next one. Vi prego una buona giornata. Baci e scialada, vi là.